If it's meant to be, then it will, God willing. God willing. Sky's the limit, and I'm busting out the ceiling. Ay. Starting to get to the point where I don't catch feeling. Nah. Just counting these millions. Ay. I need 100 a show. If you can't pay, it's enough. I would never sell my soul. That's the truth, Lord knows. All I need is good vibes, so I don't trust these hoes. I done lost my bros. That's just how the game goes. Came a long way, get it straight. They want the food on my plate. They don't wanna see me strive, but want a piece of the cake. All I need is good vibes, and everything will be great. But they rather tell lies. I don't have time for the fake.
What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? Get ready for Unpopular Opinion. I'm your host, Grand Hefe. Hey, how y'all doing today, man? Wednesday, lovely Wednesday. I feel good. I'm in a good mood today. You know, you ever had that one thing that you're like, man, you hoping that it happened, but then, you know, you're not trying to hype yourself up, and then it happened. You're like, boy, right on time, huh? Right on time. I'm in a good mood today. Today is Wednesday, November 14th, 2018. Almost time for Thanksgiving. Eating some good food. Man, gonna be a good time. But coming up on today's show, Katie going to LA? I don't know. Le'Veon Bell. We're gonna dive into a little Le'Veon Bell. And we're gonna probably get to some college football, but I think these two topics right here, we're gonna dive pretty deep into it. So without further ado, let's go ahead and kick off the show. We're gonna start with Le'Veon Bell. Le'Veon Bell, man, he didn't show. For everybody who don't know, he didn't show, so he will be losing $14.5 million. And that's a lot of money. That's a lot of money to lose out on. You know, you don't just find $14.5 million laying around out there. So he's planning to sit out, and this is where I think Le'Veon is so smart, right? He finessed the finesser. As me, you know, I talked to one of my brothers. I was gonna say friend, but that's my brother. You know, as I was talking to him last night, and he hit me with a word that we used to use all the time. You know, and that's slip. You can't slip the slipper. Now, what that means is it's just a funny word to say you can't finesse the finesser. You know, I am the finesser. How you gonna try to finesse me? I taught you that. So Le'Veon finessed the finesser this year. You know, Le'Veon Bell is a smart guy, man. You know, or if he's not the smart one, Le'Veon Bell got some smart people working for him, which is even better. You know, that's even better when you got smart people working for you. And I, for one, for sure thought that Le'Veon Bell was gonna come and he was gonna sign the tender at the last minute. You know, week 10, this past Tuesday. Tuesday was the deadline. I was fully expecting for him to sign that tender and kind of half do it, so to speak. You know, I wasn't expecting for Le'Veon to not show up at all. But this is where I say Le'Veon Bell finesse the finesser. So, obviously now you guys know about probably the franchise tender. If you don't, I explained this on RTF Sports Talk, or maybe I didn't put it on the show, but we have a group chat where we come up with the game plan. And just from reading observations, going through articles, you find out that if Le'Veon Bell didn't show at all, see at the beginning of the season, at the beginning of the season, it was to believe that if Le'Veon Bell didn't show up, this would still only count as his second franchise tag. But in the new CBA ruling, it says this doesn't. I'll put it this way: the Steelers was thinking if we signed him this year, he don't sign, then this and we sign him to a franchise tender next year, that would only be his second one since he didn't sign this one. Under the CBA agreement, it says regardless of whether he signed or not, this counts as his second one. So if you franchise tag a guy for the third time, you start paying him quarterback money, which for Le'Veon Bell and his third franchise tag, he would get tagged at $25 million next year. Do it look like the Steelers is trying to pay a non-quarterback, especially the running back position, $25 million? No, they're not. So what's going to happen with Le'Veon Bell is he's going to go to these teams that really need a running back. The New York Football Jets need a running back. They need to help Sam Darnold any way possible. You've already seen the formula with Sam Darnold. He's a better quarterback when he has a good running game. Also, the San Francisco 49ers. The San Francisco 49ers don't have a running back. Yeah, they got Jerry McKinnon. He's a nice change of pace a little bit. He can get in there and spell you for a while. But Le'Veon Bell is a 3-down back. They also have Matt Breida. But listen, they can get rid of him. We're talking about getting Le'Veon Bell, who I believe is one of the top two backs in all of football, him and Todd Gurley. And we're going to get to that conversation a little bit later on as well. We got the Indianapolis Colts who need a running back. They got their quarterback. All these teams that I just named, they have a quarterback already, which I don't believe Darnold is, but a lot of people think he is. So, but you have your three quarterbacks. You got Sam Darnold. You got Jimmy G when he comes back healthy for the 49ers, and then you got Andrew Luck for the Indianapolis Colts. So those three teams will be needing a quarterback. Also, just some teams to note: the Oakland Raiders could use a running back. Marshawn Lynch is getting kind of old. I think he'll probably retire if he's not signed. He's on IR, so he's probably thinking, yeah, let me go ahead and get out of here now while I'm still good. They also got Doug Martin. Yeah, but hey, you could come in, spell Le'Veon Bell for a little bit, but we're going to get Le'Veon. So for me, Le'Veon finessed the finesser because y'all thought, because if you also know, Le'Veon Bell was in Pittsburgh. He was in Pittsburgh. So the team was thinking that he was going to sign. He had them really ready, thinking that, okay, he showed up. He ain't going to stand us up all year. And whoever working for him, or if he did it, hey, man, kudos. Kudos, man. Because not only is Le'Veon Bell still young, I think he's only, 26, going on 27. He took a whole year off from not getting punishment in his prime, therefore extending his prime. I mean, Le'Veon Bell, man, listen, man, bravo. Or his agent, bravo, man, bravo. You take a year off without being hurt, so you were still able to train, still able to get faster, bigger, stronger, but you didn't have to take no punishment. You had to take no punishment in your prime. Man, listen, Le'Veon Bell, you did that. But this is the real thing that I have. Throw some contracts out there for you. And Le'Veon Bell could have easily signed this $14.5 million deal. He could have did that, but he wanted some long-term stability. And I don't blame him. I don't blame him. Look what happened to Earl Thomas. Earl Thomas wanted some long-term financial stability. That's all he wanted. The Seahawks didn't want to do that. They also didn't want to trade him. So guess what now? Guess who kind of win that trade? Earl Thomas. Earl Thomas kind of win that trade now. You know why? Because he's a free agent next year, free to go wherever he wants. So not only do the Seahawks lose him, they lose him for nothing because he gets to go to any team he wants. Now Earl Thomas took a hit, obviously, because a lot of teams is not going to want to. They're not going to want a old safety, a 30-year-old safety who's been kind of injury prone. So now it kind of hurts him too, but he wins it because he gets to go anywhere he wants. And I fully believe the Dallas Cowboys, where he want to go, will probably be the team. Getting back to Le'Veon Bell, though, and that's just an example on why I don't blame Le'Veon for doing what he did. You know, I think he's worth more than that contract that the Steelers were trying to give him for $70 million with only $33 million guaranteed, with a third year possibly being guaranteed up to $45 million. Possibly. Nothing is guaranteed. The only guarantee was the $33 million. Todd Gurley got 4 years, $60 million, $45 million of that guaranteed. You're telling me that Le'Veon Bell is $13 million sorrier than Le'Veon Bell? Than Todd Gurley? That's what you're telling me? You're telling me Le'Veon Bell is $13 million less than Todd Gurley. That's what you're telling me. That makes no sense to me. That makes no sense to me. Let me also give you a couple more numbers. We got Devontae Freeman making $22 million. We got LaShawn McCoy making $26.5 million. Now, I'm not saying these guys is not worth that contract, and both of those numbers are less than what Le'Veon Bell was guaranteed. But you can't tell me neither that LaShawn McCoy is $6.5 million less than Le'Veon Bell. Le'Veon Bell should be worth more than that. I fully believe. You know, I was talking to my brother, Sapien the Goat. Go follow him on Instagram, at Sapien the Goat. But I was talking to him about this situation, and I said, you know what, bro? I feel like if the Pittsburgh Steelers had gave him $40 million, just $40 million guaranteed, I think he would have took that. Because even then, you can't even argue with the extra $5 million that Todd Gurley is making. Because then you can say, well, he's a little bit younger than you. So his prime is going to extend a little bit longer because he's younger. You know, you already been taking some NFL hits before this. You know, he's still young in it. So nobody would even question the $4 million. The $40 million. I think Le'Veon Bell takes that $40 million. So you talking about $7 more million? I think he take that deal. And remember, guys, that's the only thing that he was asking for in the first place. Just more guaranteed money. That's all he was asking for. Let me get more guaranteed money. And we're good. Because, see, most people see that, they offer it. Because, you know, I see these people on Twitter all the time. Pittsburgh fans that don't know anything about nothing, and they just want to argue, and they mad, which they claim they're not mad, but they are mad because every post talking about Le'Veon Bell, you should just look at the comments. Boy, they be killing them. That's why we got James Conner anyways. As I said the other day, Big Ben is on pace to have his first 5,000 yard passing season, maybe with 37 touchdowns as well. You give Le'Veon Bell that. And I guarantee you, Le'Veon Bell would almost have 2,000 yards right now. As much as they give him on carries. This year right here is going to be Todd Gurley's third year since he's been in the league over 1,000 yards. Right now he's currently sitting at 2. Le'Veon Bell did it 3 times. 1,291 yards on 321 carries, 9 touchdowns, and get this, people, 85 receptions last year for 655 yards and 2 touchdowns. That was last year's workload. The year prior in 2016, 261 yards, 1,268 carries, 7 touchdowns, and get this, 75 receptions as a running back. This man had 160 catches in 2 years as a running back. And you're telling me he's only worth $33 million? On top of the 582 carries that you gave him the 2 years. So he's showing you that he can handle the workload. 582 carries. 160 receptions in 2 years. In 2 years. Over 1,900 yards. Just him. He got hurt in 2015, which I understood why the franchise tagged him in 2016. You know, remember that. He got hurt in 2015. So they franchise tagged him in 2016. He put up 261 carries, 1,268 yards, 7 touchdowns, 75 receptions. And then they franchise tagged him again, after the 2017 season. Because they didn't want to give him that money. I'm sorry, check that. They franchise tagged him after the 2016 season for 2017. They franchise tagged him. That was the first franchise tag. When he put up the 1,200 yards with the 75 catches. They franchise tagged him that very next year, 2017, and all he did was put up 321 carries for 1,291, 9 touchdowns, and 85 receptions. And then they tried to franchise tag him again this year. So I don't blame Le'Veon. I'm worth more than $33 million. I'm worth more than that. And his agent is thinking, guess what? We worth more than that. Because that agent's trying to get paid too. He's trying to get paid as well. So his agent is like, nah, bro, we gonna sit this one out. Let you rest. You had 582 carries. 9 touchdowns. Or I should say 16 touchdowns. Rushing. 160 catches. 4 touchdowns. Not 4. 4. You gonna take a break. Sit right here beside me. We gonna be good. Because when we hit this free agent market, we see all these teams that could be in the hunt, and all they missing is a running back. Yeah, let's go. We gonna sit right here. My dog. We gonna sit right here. So, kudos to Le'Veon Bell, man, for not giving up. He fought this thing out. And he's gonna benefit from it. Cause these teams are gonna bite. These teams are gonna bite. And I especially the San Francisco 49ers, because they have a ton of cap space. Not to mention, you also think of a team like Seattle, who kind of already run that type of offense with Russell Wilson. Could we be talking about a Russell Wilson, Le'Veon Bell zone read? That could be tough. That can be tough. So, Le'Veon Bell is gonna come out on top on this in this situation. And good job to you and your agent, man. Now for jumping over to the association, the Golden State Warriors is in turmoil right now. The Golden State Warriors are in turmoil right now. Draymond Green, Kevin Durant, Steve Kerr. The stuff that's been going on make me now realize that these reports that people been saying all week, or for the last 2 weeks or something like that Kevin Durant could be on the move and he will be on the move. That stuff is probably true now. when you think about it. You know? And then the Warriors probably know that, which is the reason that Draymond Green and Kevin Durant got into it in the first place. Kevin Durant just thinking, listen, bro, I want the ball. Give me the ball. I'm the man on this team. I shoot all the shots. I shoot the threes. I shoot the twos. I shoot everything in crunch time. Give me the rock. And on that hand, you can't blame Kevin Durant. I get it, bro. Give me the ball. And he was already hot towards the end of that game. Give me the ball. Let me decide whether or not we're gonna go to overtime or we going to the locker room. Cause I'm trying to go home. Now, you got Draymond Green mad because Kevin Durant talking all that whatever he talking. You can clearly see Kevin Durant just like, give me the ball, bro. Draymond Green, I couldn't really read his lips, but then you read the reports. Draymond Green was mad about how Kevin Durant is treating his upcoming free agency. So that also lets you know that the Warriors also know that Kevin Durant could probably be out the door. He could probably be out the door. You know, Draymond Green don't like that. So what do Steve Kerr do? Suspends Draymond Green for last night's game without pay. You know that's desperate measures. You're suspending the guy. You suspending the guy for having a argument in a sport with somebody that he worked with. Now I seen people today saying, you know, it's a workplace. It's still a workplace. Listen, I get it. We see people doing this all the time. Get your little fine and all that other stuff. You know, we good. Never have we. I don't remember recalling a guy getting suspended without pay for having a conversation with a guy. Now he called him that. He called him that B word, and you know, listen, that's one of my triggers right there. Just don't call me that, you know, and you be serious, you know. In Florida, we have a saying, you know, how we say it, but you know, it's in a non-disrespectful way, and you ain't even actually saying the word, you know. But don't let that TCH come out. Yeah, don't do that, especially when you're mad. Don't let that TCH come out, or we probably gonna really have to get it. You know, that's a trigger word for me. But the Warriors suspended Draymond without pay just for calling Kevin Durant that. So that lets you know that they're already scared that Kevin Durant could be leaving. So that's their sign to say, listen, Draymond, we ain't having that because we trying to keep this man. Because we trying to 4P, we trying to 5P, we trying to 6, 7, and 8, 9P. That's what we trying to do. You trying to mess that up. We can't have that. Yeah, go ahead and have a seat and you ain't getting paid. That's what it looked like to me. You know, that's what that situation looked like to me. And they suspended Draymond. Now, KD, I do believe is going to play next year in a Golden State Warrior uniform because he's going to try to 4P. They're going to win the title this year. That'll be his 3P. Last team to do that was Kobe and Shaq. Last team to do before that was Jordan 2 times. They're trying to 3P right now. And they're going to 3P. They finna make history. With Kevin Durant signed a 1-year deal or a 2-year deal where he can opt out or opt in, player option, the second year. So I fully expect him to opt into his contract next year and go get that money because he want to play in the new arena. Once he play in the new arena, they're going to 4P because nobody else will be better than them. And regardless of who the Lakers get, unless the Lakers get a miracle, I don't see the Lakers competing. I think they would have to get, you know, they would have to get a guy like Anthony Davis, and then they would have to get another guy. Maybe Anthony Davis and Kawhi will work. You know, or Anthony Davis, LeBron, and LeBron, Anthony Davis, and a Kyrie. You know, they have to get some big name stars. We're gonna get to Kyrie a little bit later too, just a little bit. But he's gonna play. You know, that's the second part of that 1-1-1. And then he's going to leave. He's going to leave. That's what I fully expect. And the Warriors know that. Why do you think LeBron kept signing all these 1-1? So he can have the flexibility to do what he want to do. A guy who's sure that he want to be there just gonna take it. They offered Steph that money, Steph took it. They offered Klay that money back then, Klay took it. They offered Draymond that money, Draymond took it. You know, do you get the trend? When you want to stay with a team, you take that money. They offered Anthony Davis that money, he took it. So the fact that Kevin Durant is signing these 1-1s, the fact that he's signing these 1-1s lets you know that he could be on his way up out the door. Because Kevin Durant, I was in the group chat with Matthew Lau, Cross Sports Network, in the Big Blue Breakdown, and 1/3 of the RTL Sports Talk show that I do on Tuesday and Thursday at 11 a.m. Mountain Standard Time, 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and on Sundays 9:45 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, 7:45 Mountain Standard Time. Also, news on that, I give it to you guys at the end of the show. See if you guys are listening. But KD is a worse version. Get this. I was talking to Matthew Lau, and this is what I said. KD is a worse version of LeBron. And what I mean by that is, it got nothing to do basketball-wise. This is all personality. He hears the rumbling that people, basketball players, which is the only thing that matters to basketball players. The writers and all these other guys, the commentators, we don't really matter. What matters to them is, can they get the approval of their peers? I know when I played, the only thing I cared about is, listen, how is the man across from me going to view me after the game? Is he going to say, dang, boy, you played, boy? Like, that's what athletes play for. We get up on that. You know, that get us riled up when people can tell us how good we are of the opposition. The opposition telling us that. Not just your teammates, you know, because your teammates going to judge you a little bit differently. How is that guy across from you going to judge you? You know what I'm saying? He hears the rumbling that people, basketball guys, really don't respect what he's doing right now. Really don't respect how he getting them rings. Because it ain't his team, and he jumped ship to a 73-9 team. Oh, by the way, who had a 3-1 lead on the 73-9 team. He had the 3-1 lead, and everybody was calling Russell Westbrook was the problem. That's what they were saying. Russell's the problem. All I know is Russell was letting Kevin Durant lead in that when they had that 3-1 lead, and he choked. He choked. That's what I seen. I seen a Kevin Durant that choked. That was too small for the moment. That's what I seen. I seen a Kevin Durant that was a tad bit too small for the moment. And then you lose to that team, and you jump ship and go to that team, and you try to act tough. That's my problem that I have with Kevin Durant. Not that he went, that he left OKC. Listen, you're a grown man. My favorite player is LeBron James, and he's jumped teams 3 times. From Cleveland to Miami, from Miami to Cleveland down to LA. And I get it. I will never bash a man for, you know, leaving one spot, going to another spot. But I just have a problem with the arrogance that's displayed by Kevin Durant, as if like, yeah, like I'm that dude now. Like, yeah, I'm here. Like, no, you joined a guy who already had his team, who was already a 2-time MVP in this league. The first and only unanimous MVP of the NBA. And we done had some good guys that came through the NBA. I'm just saying. None of these guys have won the MVP unanimously. They were 73-9, broke the 72-10 record set by the Bulls in 96. So that's the problem that I have with the KD move. Not that he left, like any team but that team. You know, when people compare that move to the LeBron move, that's not even close. LeBron exercised his right to move in free agency, which I have no problem with. LeBron didn't go play for the Celtics because he couldn't beat the Celtics. LeBron didn't go play for the Spurs because he couldn't beat the Spurs. LeBron went and formed the team with his friends to go beat the people that he couldn't beat alone. That's totally different. Even Cross them got Jordan them, or got Jordan some help. People tend to forget Jordan was, getting his behind smacked by the Celtics in the Bucks. Getting what? Swept in the first round. Beat 3 straight years by the bad boy Pistons. People forget that he had to get some help as well. There's no way one man is going to win titles in the NBA. Not now and not before. It's never happened. Jordan got 6 rings. Pippen got 6 rings. They ain't won without each other. So, Kevin Durant, back to Kevin Durant. Kevin Durant is leaving. Where he's going, that's to be decided. I don't know where he's going, but Kevin Durant is for sure leaving. But that's going to be it for today's show, guys. Make sure you guys follow me on Instagram and Twitter at GrandJefe, GranXjefe, all one word. Also, make sure you guys follow the Unpopular Opinion Facebook page at Unpopular Opinion 2018. Also, make sure you guys follow the Unpopular Opinion Twitter page at Unpopular 2018. Unpopular 2018. Also, make sure you guys follow the Unpopular Opinion Instagram page at Unpopular_Opinion 2018. And new time for the new time for the RTL Sports Talk. RTL Sports Talk next week. We will be on 4 days a week plus Sunday instead of just Tuesday, Thursdays, and Sundays. So next week we're gonna be on Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, and Friday at 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 11 a.m. Mountain Standard Time. So the same time that we do it on Tuesdays and Thursdays, on those 4 days, Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, and Friday, same time, 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 11 a.m. Mountain Standard Time, and the same time on Sunday, 7:45 a.m. Mountain Standard Time, 9:45 Eastern Standard Time. I thank you guys for downloading the podcast. Appreciate the support. I will see you guys again on Unpopular Opinion on Friday.
If it's meant to be, then it will, God willing. God willing. Sky's the limit, and I'm busting out the ceiling. Starting to get to the point where I don't catch feeling. Just counting these millions, I need 100 a show. If you can't pay, it's enough. I would never sell my soul. That's the truth, Lord knows. All I need is good vibes, so I don't trust these hoes. I done lost my bros. That's just how the game goes. Came a long way, get it straight. They want the food on my plate. They don't want to see me strive, but want a piece of the cake. All I need is good vibes, and everything will be great. But they ready to lie, I don't have time for the fake. Oh, what they knew, praying to God, asking what do I do? I've been the truth since I came out the womb. Keep it 100, got nothing to lose, got nothing to fear. Let it be clear, God got my back when nobody else